Why did powerful Bonanno mobster Joe Massino authorize the murder of family captain Gabe Infanti? Let's check it out. I'm James Gladwish and welcome to OT Shorts, bringing you detailed historical snapshots of the American Mafia and other organised crime. Feel free to subscribe if you like that sort of thing. Today we are going to take a quick look at the murder of Bonanno crime family captain Gabriel Infanti. On December the 17th, 1987, Bonanno family captain Gabe Infanti left his house to buy a new car. He was never seen again. But why was Infanti killed? Gabriel Michael Infanti was born on March the 26th, 1935. In 1969, while still an associate, Infanti was arrested by law enforcement for the transportation of stolen securities stock certificates. As one newspaper reported, 3 men and a woman, including the president of a Wall Street concern, were arrested by federal authorities yesterday on charges of conspiring to transport abroad more than $3 million in stolen securities. 3 of the suspects, Gabriel Infanti, 34, of 794 Broad Street, Bloomfield, New Jersey, Nathan Kurtz, also 34, of 28 Green Hills Road, East Brunswick, New Jersey, and the woman identified only as Judith Ann Schiff, were arrested at Kennedy Airport after they returned from Europe. Federal authorities said the 3, while abroad, tried to sell the securities to representatives of a Wall Street firm in Frankfurt, Germany. The securities reputedly were stolen September 1st from the Marine Midland Trust Company and the New York Stock Exchange. Gabriel Infanti was inducted into the Bonanno crime family on October the 31st, 1977, in a ceremony presided over by crime family underboss Nicholas Nicky Glasses Marangello. Other mobsters inducted that night included, amongst several others, Joey D'Amico and Frank Lino. Both these men would later become informants. Gabe Infanti would serve as a soldier in the crew of Bonanno family captain Armand Buddy Polestrino. In 1980, Polestrino was demoted back to soldier, and Dominic Big Trin Trinchera took over the crew as captain. This crew would also include members of former captain Vito DeFilippo's crew. DeFilippo had also been demoted, most probably because he had been a loyalist of Carmine Galante, who was murdered the year before in 1979. In May 1981, Dominic Trinchera was murdered in the infamous 3 captains hit. Following this, Gabe Infanti was promoted to the position of captain and took over Trinchera's crew. In 1982, family boss Philip Rusty Rastelli decided to kill corrupt Teamsters Union official Anthony Gilberti. Gilberti was the vice president of Teamsters Local 814, and Gilberti was also the brother-in-law of Philip Rastelli's brother Carmine. According to some sources, Rastelli was concerned that Gilberti might become a government witness. The contract to kill Gilberti was given to Bonanno family captain Gabe Infanti, but the hit team that Infanti used couldn't get the job done. And ironically, Gilberti would then become a government witness and later testify against Rusty Rastelli. One newspaper reported Gilberti's memory of the attempt on his life. It stated, "While he could recall little about many other events regarding his union at that time period, Gilberti said he remembered the events of July 14, 1982, his attempted rub-out, vividly. He said he was putting his briefcase into the trunk of his car, which was parked in his driveway, before 6 a.m. that morning, when all of a sudden I thought someone threw firecrackers at me. Then I thought, my God, I've been hit," Gilberti said. He was shot at 9 times. Gilberti said he believes that Massino ordered the hit on him based on orders from Rastelli. Bonanno family boss turned informant Joe Massino would later testify about the Gilberti hit attempt. His testimony went as follows. Question. While you were on the lam, did you become aware of a plan to murder an individual by the name of Tony Gilberti? Massino. Yes, I did. Question. How did you become aware of it? Massino. My brother-in-law, Sal Vitale, come to see me with Phil Rastelli's brother, Marty Rastelli. Question. What did Sal tell you? Massino. They were going to kill him. Question. Kill who? Massino. Anthony Gilberti. Question. Who had made the decision to kill Anthony Gilberti? Massino. His brother-in-law, Phil Rastelli. Question. Did you agree that the murder should go forward? Massino. Yes, I did. Question. Why was Gilberti to be killed? Massino. Because they were worried about him cooperating. Question. Was Gilberti in fact killed? Massino. They tried to kill him. Question. What happened? Massino. He lived. In 1984, Bonanno crime family captain Cesare or Caesar Bonventre was murdered. Gabe Infanti was put in charge of disposing of Bonventre's body, so that it would never be discovered. The men that Infanti instructed to make Bonventre's body disappear put his chopped up corpse into 2 steel drums and left them on a trading estate in Garfield, New Jersey. However, following a tip, Bonventre's dismembered remains were discovered by law enforcement around a month after his murder. Some sources indicate that Gabriel Infanti was also put on a ruling committee in the Bonanno crime family sometime in the early 1980s. With official boss Philip Rusty Rastelli in prison and powerful captain Joe Massino on the run from indictment. In 1986, one newspaper ran a story stating that Gabe Infanti was a possible candidate to become boss of the Bonanno crime family. The newspaper reads, a 51-year-old Bloomfield, New Jersey resident is the strongest candidate to assume leadership of the Bonanno crime family, law enforcement sources said yesterday. The sources said Gabriel Infanti, who has no arrest record, is prepared to take control of the family in the wake of the racketeering conviction Wednesday of Philip Rusty Rastelli. Sources said surveillance has shown Infanti receiving an increasing amount of respect in the family. He was listed by city police as a capo in the family in a 1983 report. On the 17th of December 1987, Gabriel Infanti left his house and was never seen again. 5 days later, his wife filed the following missing persons report on the 22nd of that month. Name of suspect or missing person: Gabriel M. Infanti. Sex male, race white, age 52, height 71 inches, weight 185. Color eyes brown. Describe clothing and peculiarities. Jacket, navy pants and shoes, white shirt, sweater. Above person left his home driving above vehicle on 12/17/87 and he was going to buy a car. He had approximately $2,000 on his person. Mr. Infanti carries a small leather pouch with assorted papers and a set of eyeglasses. The truck he was operating is redacted information with no writing on it, and it is an open back pickup. In 1988, an informant told the authorities that Gabe Infanti had been due to meet with Bonanno family acting boss Anthony Spero on the day that he disappeared. One FBI file states, source advised that he learned from a member of Infanti's crew that Infanti was to meet with Anthony Spero, redacted information, the day he disappeared. Prior to Infanti's disappearance, Spero and Infanti had a serious argument over the running of the family. So, why exactly was Bonanno crime family captain Gabriel Infanti murdered? When family boss Joseph Massino became a government witness, he would testify about Gabe Infanti's murder. His testimony went as follows. Question: are you familiar with an individual by the name of Gabe Infanti? Massino: yes I am. Question: what happened to Gabe Infanti in 1987? Massino: he got murdered. Question: what was his position in organised crime, if any, at that time? Massino: he was a captain in the Bonanno family. Question: why was Gabe Infanti killed? Massino: he was warned, stop talking with the FBI. He kept talking with the FBI. He went to Sal Vitale. He said they'll never find Caesar's body. They found Caesar's body. He had the contract to kill Anthony Gilbert, and they shot from the car. 9 times they hit him. He lived. So it was a combination of everything. Sal Rastelli was fed up. Question: how did you learn that Gabe Infanti was to be killed? Massino: I heard from my brother-in-law. I was incarcerated at MCC. Question: did you discuss the murder with Sal in advance? Massino: he just came and told me who's got the contract, and that was it. Question: did you agree that the murder should go forward? Massino: yes I did. Joe Massino states that Gabe Infanti talked to the FBI too much. This doesn't mean that Infanti was an informant. Many mobsters often had cordial conversations with federal agents. However, Infanti had been warned about being too chatty with the FBI. Ultimately, if we are to believe Joe Massino's testimony, the Bonanno crime family captain Gabe Infanti was killed due to a series of transgressions. Gabriel Infanti's remains have never been found. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the topic covered in this video. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching.